All right, welcome to today's episode. Today is December 27th, 2025. So we just finished Christmas, and this is our 12th episode. So today I have in the studio with me my buddy Seth Walters and Sal on the other end. Sal also has a guest. His new goatee is joining us for this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, what do you think we should name
actually
him?
just spent 10 minutes talking about his goatee.
And they were making fun of me. So right off the bat, Ryan's significant other just started chiming in. She's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "This is man. This is all man."
This is what happens when you don't need permission.
Yeah. Don't get it fooled. This is 3 weeks of growth right here. Like this is premeditated.
But Seth, welcome. I'm glad you joined us today. Like, I've tried to get Seth in here before, and he was like, I don't know what I would do. Or you just stand there and look like a strong man.
Yeah, that's all I do. Just stand there.
He's our beefcake today. Everyone just back the fuck off.
He tried to lay down in my bed when he got here.
Yeah, I did.
Creatures of habit is what we are,
But just take a couple minutes to introduce yourself.
Well, I guess, we met through law enforcement. I was a civilian cop for a year and a half, not too long, but did law enforcement in the military and the Air Force security forces for 4. I got out, did a lot of different stuff. Security contracting for a little while. I had my own personal training business. I did that for a good long while. And then now we're here. So I've been in fitness for coming up on 21 years.
Yeah.
Been working out since I was about 14 years old.
So Seth is an absolute fucking beast. Like, at the academy, you ran like a 6-minute mile.
Jesus.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Probably couldn't do it now, but
like, he was lapping motherfucker, like myself included. I was like, bro, calm down.
Just trying to make you feel old.
Yeah, I mean, I was already feeling it. You accomplished it.
That's awesome. So you guys met at your guys' academy, right?
Yeah, he was in the same hire group as I was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And Seth, so you're not no longer in law enforcement?
I am. It's just a different strain. It's a, for lack of a better term, the SWAT team for Department of Corrections. It's like regional. It'll go across the entire state. And if there's incidents that happen within the prisons, then we go and respond to them.
What do they call it?
There's a lot of different stuff. What's that?
What do they call it? CR?
They call us SRT, but so the
SRT.
Special Response Team. But it's there's a bunch of stuff that falls under our purview. It sounds a lot cooler than it actually is. The job description sounds cool, but it's not that.
Yeah. I think, what was it in the
It's funny watching Seth lean into the what's that?
Yeah, I'm halfway dead, man, or deaf. I can't hear shit.
That's awesome. No, we have buttons. We have special buttons that if you can't hear me, then you just dial it up. You don't have to lean into the microphone. I was just watching a clip. I was watching a clip of something. I was watching Suits. So like Suits is my go-to to fall asleep with, right? And on it they were doing like
Theory is mine.
Yeah, that's a good one too. No. Suits, they were having a mock trial, and they had this guy on the stand, and they're like, how long have you worked here? And he's like, I worked here for this long. And like, he's leaning into nothing. And then he like strikes a chord with somebody, and the guy's like, for crying out loud, this is a mock trial, and he's using a figment of his imagination. There's no microphone there. And he's like, shut up. And like, it's just one of those moments where right now I'm just like, you don't have to lean in if you don't want to. I mean, it sounds better though. No, it looks good. It's got to have some sustenance to it,
I've got all the have for that stuff.
That's awesome. I can tell we're already going to be good friends. We're going to be friends.
The goatee is kind of working in your favor right now. So.
Thank you. See, guys, see everyone. I'm telling you.
I'm about to go shave one.
So I just got done doing a canine presentation for the county that I work for, our canine association. It's a 501(c), and or what is it, 501(c)? It's just it's a foundation that they'll sometimes use me for like public speaking and whatnot. And so I just had a gig that I had to go do, and I'm sitting there like it's a huge crowd of like Eagles, like like Rotary Eagles, what is it, Knights of Columbus, Scouts. Things like that. Ace, get out of here, go. That's why he still has his tack vest on. So I was sitting there, and like my goatee, like I'm like speaking, and everyone has questions, and I'm like like I'm a terrible public speaker, but somehow I do this. Exactly. And like my like I don't normally have a goatee, but it started sweating, and I was like constantly wiping my mouth.
You salivating at your own goatee?
Yeah, it was like sweat. I don't know how you guys. Matt did like what was your name again, sir?
Seth. Yeah.
Seth, do you does it start to sweat? Like, can you feel it in
Oh
there?
yeah, man. It's
Yeah. And then it's just
I
not me,
shouldn't
you
have
know?
the beard, but I got a weak ass little chin, so I gotta have something to cover it up.
You know, I can articulate that it keeps me warmer. So that, I mean, like we just proved it right there. So I mean, like in cold climate, it does help. So, and we can articulate that.
Very true. Yes.
I heard the military's doing away from them too, though, Ryan. I heard they're going to get away from
what? Goatees?
Beards. Yeah, like I heard the
Oh yeah,
670
yeah, yeah. So like when what's his name, the new Secretary of War, he called all those generals together, and he was like, no more facial hair, pretty much no reason whatsoever.
Yeah,
it was going to be
suffer, motherfuckers, like I had to suffer. Not that I could grow anything, but still shave every day. Yeah. What was the Air Force like?
I was on the kind of the shitty side of the Air Force. It was security forces. Is its own beast. Everybody hated us. I kind of hated us too, and it was I guess maybe a little bit closer to the Army in that regard. Like there was a lot of bullshit that we shouldn't have had to deal with, but it was definitely not, I guess, as easy or I guess easy as the rest of the Air Force. It was just a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, isn't that funny though? Like we joined a brotherhood to like defend, protect, assist, we want to call it. And then we're instantly shunned. They're like, fucking body fucker, you know? You're like, I just got here. I just fucking got here, you know? Like trying to serve my country. They're a fucking Blue Falcon. And you're like, I don't know how to feel about this yet.
I thought it was going to be cool, but it was not cool at all. I got stuck at a Space Force base. It's now, it's Space Force now, but it was out in, where Lompoc is, California.
Yeah,
right next to that, and didn't get to do shit. Well, I got to do a little bit of law enforcement stuff for 6-8 months, and then I went into training, and I was there for the rest of my 4. So there were some good times for sure.
That's awesome.
Mostly miserable.
A lot of garden hangers.
Isn't it funny? Like when I first wanted to be an MP, it's what I saw on TV in like the movies. Like what like you try to find any movie that had an MP, and then like, what is it? Stripes. Yeah. Like you start watching that, and I'm like, fuck, like, am I going to be guarding a gate? Like, what am I going to do? I'm going to drive around in a Jeep, I might be MP.
There's one movie with the MPs and like a CID agent. That's based out of California. No, not that one. It was an older one. So the guy that played, what was his name? I want to say the guy that played Gibbs in NCIS. It was, if you take him back like 20 years,
oh really?
He played like a CID agent. And there's some base in California. I can't remember the name of it. It's in like San Francisco or something.
Edwards, maybe?
No, it's a very small base.
Okay.
Edwards is Air Force, I think.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yeah. So I was like, my dad was like, what are you patrolling in Jeeps? You got the little Willys Jeeps. And I was like, I'm in a fucking fucked up Impala. You're like, what's up? What?
Yeah, pretty much.
And I didn't know how to write a report, bro. Like I got out of the MP school, and I mean, just like anybody else, just like a regular police academy. Like if you think that you're going to get out of a police academy and just hit the streets, like you're dead wrong. I mean, that's what field training is for, But like, we really didn't have a field training per se when like they were like, hey, your platoon is no longer on prep or, working up towards a deployment. So it was like they had different cycles, right? So like there was 4 platoons in the company, and then one company or one platoon was just, or I'm sorry, there was 4 companies in a battalion, and then one company was just on the road or whatever. And they're like, hey, you're going to work the road this time and whatever. And I just remember like getting on there and I'm like, so when's field training? Like when? And then like you just sit in with somebody else that might've been on a few times before you, but you're just driving around like, I hope we don't get a call. I hope we don't get a call. I hope we don't get a call. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do we do? And they're like, look, there's DA officers like for this reason, like, don't worry about it. Like they're going to show up and they're going to take it. And I remember one DA officer was like, what do you guys got? And I was like, you what? And he was like, shut the fuck up. And like, I remember we had to stay over while he typed up the report for us. And I just felt like the biggest shitbag in the whole world. Like, I was like, I'm good for nothing right now. Like, I'm not a cop. And like, and then I got to the CID side, and then I was like, yeah, Ryan taught me how to write a report. Here we go. I'm good.
You were welcome.
Yeah, and
the Presidio was the answer to that question I was looking for. That's the name of the movie, but it's also a base, an army base called the Presidio.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that. See, we learn something new every day, Ryan.
It had Had Sean Connery in it.
And he was playing a. Was he playing?
I'll pull it up.
Was he playing like Red October? Like, was he? I mean, he has one. Sean Connery only had one character to ever play, and that was just Sean Connery.
Yeah.
He never had to play a certain role because, I mean, even like if you watch The Rock, yeah, it's the same guy. You watch Hunt for Red October, same guy.
Oh, I have seen that movie. It's been a long ass time.
Yeah. It's like an 80s movie.
I have seen that.
1988, actually.
Was it any good? Was it good at least?
I mean, it was all right. It wasn't bad. It was a typical 80s movie.
Or was it like Surf Ninjas? Like it was good when you remember, but just don't go back to it.
I mean, it's worth watching.
Have you ever went back to watch a movie that you were like, oh, this is great? I remember when I was a kid, and you pop it on, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? If this is terrible, and somehow you invited people to come and watch it with you, and like you just like set yourself up for failure because like you just hyped this whole fucking movie up, and they're like, this is trash. Like the never-ending story is trash. Like when you go back to watch it, I was like, fuck.
So I remember I tried to give my kids a little 80s introduction at one point in time, and I thought, I'm going to pick a couple movies. We're just going to sit here and watch them. And it was like Short Circuit. And then
that's a great movie,
I made them watch Howard the Duck.
No.
And watching those movies, I felt like such a trash father. I was like, oh, God, I'm a piece of shit.
You know, I think the reason why we used to watch said movies was because like we didn't have an option to choose what was on TV. It was just like, it was either Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, or you were watching Howard the Duck and you're like, well, fuck it. You know, we're when in Rome, you know, like you're like this.
Howard the Duck did have a young Leah Thompson. I'm just saying.
I don't even know who that is.
She was in Back to the Future.
You're going to have to get more specific than that.
Oh,
the mom?
Man,
The mom from?
No. Yeah, the mom.
Yeah. Caroline in the City, right? She played that. She
Bro,
was in Caroline.
They're going to make me Google outside of my wheelhouse.
Come on, man. But
she's like, I'm not joining you guys. This is bullshit.
I know, he's so fucking amped up right now. He was getting so many applause and stuff, and like they're like, make him bite, and I was like, fuck no. I was like, I'm gonna have some.
We just celebrated Christmas. Christmas is finally over. He said, I'm the same way. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm not an advocate of Christmas because I am. I'm a Christian, but it's not my preferred holiday. Thanksgiving is my preferred holiday, and it's just because Thanksgiving you don't have the expectations that come along with Christmas. Like even this year, my kids and I, like my kids are adults now, so I knew that they had multiple Like my daughter lives with her boyfriend. I knew that she was gonna have commitments with her mom. She was gonna have commitments with his mom, maybe their friends, and like her grandparent or grandmother that they were making a trip to. So I was like, you know what? How do I make this as easy as possible? So we did 0 gift exchange. And I was like, hey, we're going to do a Christmas Eve breakfast. No gift exchange. Don't even bring anything over here. So like we just sat and like shared some space together on Christmas Eve morning. Had a good breakfast. Of course, I had to cook and clean and do everything. So it's all good though.
I feel like it's fine when you're 10 years old.
Yeah.
But as an adult, it's just not exciting at all.
I remember Christmas it would never come, you know? It would never. And then like the month of Christmas, it would just last forever as a child. Last forever. As an adult, you're like, shit, I got to buy presents. And the days are just like, dude, this December fucking flew by fast as fuck. Thanksgiving, Halloween, dude. I don't see any kids anymore. Like nobody participates for Halloween anymore. Like
I remember see anybody for Halloween.
I remember the streets used to be filled, you know, and there were bullies that would come and try to steal your candy, you know. Like you had to have a tactical plan, dude. Like you had to like get with your friends and be like, all right, we're gonna hit this street, but you gotta watch out that street. You know, fucking Marcus lives up there. And you're like, oh, he's home. You know, he's home from the army, and like we don't want him. He's gonna take our clan. You know, like well, whatever. You know, like crazy Juan and lives over there. Like so, you had like a strategic plan of attack, and I just remember it was so much fun. There was like people on the streets like constantly, like there was kids going in and out of the street. I mean, like it was almost like a block party, but everywhere you went. And then like now it's just like people are like trunk or treat, and like this is lame.
Is dumb.
Oh man, I did a trunk or treat event with K9 and Ace here for my county, and they were like, hey Sal, you're on light duty, but can you go out there and give out candies to the kids, and don't worry if you run out of candy. Like so I had to provide my own candy at first, and then like I was like, hey, am I gonna have enough? Like should I have bought more? And they're like, don't worry, we have a whole classroom full. And it was like at a school, so like the inner quad was all set up with like trunk or treat vehicles, so it was kind of cool. But then like there's only so many kids, right? And I remember like this special needs kid was like coming around, and he's like kind of hobbling, and I'm making fun of him at all, but like I just loved his enthusiasm about the whole thing. But he's like, I'm someone different. And I said, you fucking sure are. And like he realized it, and I was like, shit, you know, like I must have wasted like a whole bag of him, like just on him. And I had the good stuff, dude. I had the Snickers, the Milky Ways, I had the fucking Musketeers, you know, like the Twix, you know, all the good stuff. Like, and none of those corn. And if anybody's listening right now, if you are
Candy corn is the worst.
if you're giving out that candy corn, stop. I hope this reaches everybody, but the founders and the makers of the candy corn need to stop and like just get out of the game now. But so yeah. And I was just loading up this kid, and like I think he made 5 or 6 rounds maybe throughout the time. I'm being generous. No, I'm not even being generous. Like I think it was like more like 8 times, but he's like kept on coming back, and he's like, I'm somebody different. I was like, fucking A, right? Here you go. But it was just like, to me, it felt like the fun was out of it. Like I was just like, man, like you guys are missing out on a great adventure. Like toilet papering houses, ding dong ditching the ones that didn't put out, you know, you'd still mess with them and stuff. Like it was a better time, I think, back in the day. I don't know.
It definitely was.
Soapbox over, rant over. You know, see? Ace agrees. But yeah, they go by way too fast. And then Christmas came fast. And we're already going to be in 2026, dude. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, we have 4 more days left of 2025.
Oh, fuck. 2025
I feel like this year has flown by, but
yeah.
I'm ready for it to be over.
What is it about getting older? Is it the bills we pay that make the time go by faster? Or is it just like the preciousness of time that we're like, oh, fuck, we're on the wrong side of 40. Like, or, you know, like we're getting older. Like, slow down.
Dude, I don't know. Like I haven't worked in the last 6 months, right? So I feel like the last 6 months have fucking flown by. And I accomplished nothing.
Oh, no. You deserve it, though.
So you're a bum.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it. But I remember working like the month of February, March, April. I felt like those months drug. But once I quit working, and once I was like, you know, I'm just gonna embrace being retired for 6 months and take a little hiatus. Like the last 6 months have just
because you've been having, but have you been having fun?
I mean, I've had some fun. Yeah, I went on some trips, and I did some stuff.
Well, see there,
yeah.
So there you go. So fun equals fast times, right? So just be miserable and last forever. You know, when you're miserable at work, you're like, come on, man. I can't wait for Friday, you know? And you're like, it's Tuesday. You're like, fuck. But I mean, like when you love your life and like you're enjoying it, you're like, man, it's already fucking Sunday. Shit, I got to go back to work, you know?
But
like,
I remember sitting in a patrol car being like, oh man, I got 8 more hours of this. Like, oh God. And now I take a nap and I wake up and I'm like, oh man, it's almost time to go to bed.
I feel like naps are counterintuitive. Like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. Because I
like naps. Yeah.
Naps. I can't get them without.
Once you go 40, because I mean, like you sleep, you sleep for, well, let's say if the life expectancy of somebody is 90 years old, and you sleep for 30 years. Like, put that into perspective. Like, I don't ever want to sleep. You know, 5 hours max, and I'm fucking good. And people are like, "What are you so happy about?" I'm like, life. Like, let's get today started.
Yeah, I'm not on that same train. I do like sleep. Like if I take a nap, I have to carve 2 hours out. I can't do no like 20, 30-minute power nap like some people do. Like if I take a nap, I'm like, oh, have I got 2 hours? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm gonna make that.
But then are you able to go back to sleep? Because if I power nap during the day, I'm up at night.
Bro, I can drink a cup of coffee right before bed and go right to sleep.
So funny you mentioned that. So I can drink a monster or 2 monsters a day or whatever, and then just be like, I can polish it off right before I go to bed and I'll be just fine. But like, get Coca-Cola in me, and I'm like,
really?
Oh yeah, all night.
We're talking about the Mexican Coca-Cola? Or?
I wish I had that. I really do wish I should have asked
Santa
for
in grocery stores?
No, with the green top or the red top?
Oh, I don't know. The red top, yeah.
You got to get with the green top. The green top are the true Mexican ones. The green top come with cane sugar, so it's actual real sugar. No sucrose, you know, no sucrose there. It's phenomenal, and it burns when it goes down, and it burns when it comes out too. So that's how you know it's good.
It's everything that's associated with Hispanic food.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah, it burns when it goes in, burns when it comes out. I knew I set myself up for failure on that one. Sorry. What is it?
There we go.
Well, you were supposed to come in with that.
Oh, wait, which one?
No, it's the blue one. The blue one.
I don't have a blue one.
Yeah. The bottom, the super bright bottom one.
Green.
To the right. Oh, never mind. We're on different modes, bro. My bad. My bad. Is that you?
You got different buttons on yours.
Yeah, I think I do. Christmas came, Christmas went, New Year's is coming. Are you guys gonna celebrate the new year? Are you gonna see this thing off?
No,
Are you gonna
I'll be in bed by 10 o'clock. Like even a buddy of mine, he was like, "Hey," he's like, "All right, you want to come over for New Year's? My neighbor's having a party," and I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate it, but like, no, I'm not one who stays up to see New Year's and the ball drop or anything like that." So,
That's too much social
Yeah.
interaction. Big fan.
Yeah.
plus, I'm not
Well-
drinking anymore, so that I don't
Yeah.
really want to be around people that.
What is that that poem? Rage Against the Dying of the Light, you know? Have you ever heard of it, Ryan?
I've never heard of it. I feel like I should
by
Google it.
It's by
should.
Dylan. It's by Dylan Thomas.
What's it
It
called?
says Dylan Thomas. It's called
Rage
it's
of what?
do not
Rage
go
Against
in do not go gentle into the into the good night.
All right, two of you were talking. I heard Rage Against the Machine. What I typed was Rage
That
Against
too,
the Machine.
yeah, that's pretty good too. Yeah,
That's also good. It's also good.
So what's it
yeah,
called?
it's called "Do Not Go Gentle into That Good Night," and in there he says, "Rage against the dying of the light."
Do not go gentle into that good night. Dylan Thomas, urging
Mhm.
resistance against death,
Yeah.
particularly addressed by his dying father, and famously repeating one, "Do not go gentle into that good night," and rage against the dying of the light.
Mm-hmm. And to quote the great Dylan Thomas, "I'm gonna rage against the dying of the light this year." I am not an alcoholic, but I will become a heathen on that night.
Get it?
Just
You
for
deserve
fun,
it.
right?
I mean,
might,
you don't
know,
drink 2 drinks
I
and you're
might-
gonna be out anyway.
Oh
so.
yeah, I'm a fucking cheap girl, you know. I get white.
One margarita, you're gonna have your pants off. It's
I put on a thong. The fuck?
just make sure it's
yeah,
American flag.
exactly. Yeah, it has to be the Star Spangled Banner. At least
That's what I was gonna wear.
the stars up
come
front.
into it, but
surprised it-
it's
Stars in the
underneath me. I'm
front.
just waiting.
Stars in the front, stripes in the back. That's just the way it works, I think. I don't know. This
How
is where the
many
magic
stars?
happens up front, you know?
I only got room
The-
for a couple stars.
Yeah.
Just a big ass star, a single star like Captain America. What's this brown stain? Don't worry about that.
Just another stripe.
That's the Gulf of America.
Yeah, no, I would, dude. I like bonfires, and I like for New Year's, I like a bonfire or like a smudge pot, you know, and then to
What's
see
a
the.
smudge pot?
You never heard of a smudge pot?
No, dude. What is this?
So
Enlighten me.
smudge pots were used in. Well, see, this is probably why I know about them and you don't. It's
Is
used
this a
in
Hispanic thing?
it's used in fruit picking. See, no, not just kidding. No, it's used in vineyards. That from what I know, so it's like used in like vineyards to keep the grapes from freezing. So they'll have like these it almost looks like these giant lanterns that they space out, and they're like space heaters, and so like they're filled with usually it's diesel or like kerosene, some kind of source of fuel, and then they light it, and then you can tune, and it ends up being like a turbine. It's really kind of crazy, but like it just blows out this crazy ass like turbine flame, and like it just radiates heat. So like I like those on New Year's, and like I like nice campfire, you know, and just seeing the sun come up. I don't know. That's to me is just bringing in the year. I don't know. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm kind of feeling like this year is going to be one of those for me. I don't know.
So like, there's a guy I follow on YouTube. His name is Sean. I forgot his last name, but he runs a page called Bikes and Beards, and he used to be based out of Pennsylvania. Now he's moved here to Tennessee. Like everybody's moving to Tennessee now. And but so every year on January 1st, they do a cold start ride. And so I thought about doing that. Like I wasn't able to years before. Like we were working, and but this year I thought, man, I could go do it. He's hosting it down in Hendersonville this year, but that's an hour and 45-minute ride to the location to do the ride, and then another 2 hours back. And it's going to be like 28 degrees. I'm like, man, like if I had a trailer and I was trailering the bike down there, sure, I would go do the ride. But to suffer for 4 hours more, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that.
I don't see the problem. I see an opportunity to invest into a trailer, Ryan. I'm giving you options here. You know, you're giving me a problem, I'm giving you a solution. And you just named it.
I wouldn't
So
have anywhere to put a trailer.
maybe you can get a flatbed trailer for a size of a vehicle, and then you can just park on that at night, but then you keep it underneath you, kind of like a storage. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. My buddy fucked up story about trailers, Ryan. I'm going to get off on a tangent on this one. So I had a buddy of mine that was living at my house, and then he kind of overstayed his welcome because I was just like, didn't overstay his welcome, but I was like, hey, you need to fly, birdie, fly, fly, fly. And I was like, I need to walk around naked again, you know?
Yeah.
And so he moved out, but he left his trailer here for like a good year. And I was like, hey, man, now you're starting to encroach. You know, you're starting to encroach on my property here, and I need this thing gone. And like, he wouldn't pick it up. So I was like, you know, fuck it. I'm just going to drive it down to his new apartment. And outside of it, it was like an alleyway, and I just parked it there. And I was like, hey, dude, your trailer's out here. Fucking secure it. Like, I don't know where your fucking tongue lock is at. Just secure it. And he's like, Roger. It got stolen 3 days later. It got fucking stolen 3 days later. And it's not my fault. But
No, it's
kind
not.
of-
It's shit.
I felt guilty at first, and I was like, fuck it, you know, like, I don't know what to tell you, you know. Yeah, I should have put a tongue lock on it. But it cost you $40, but now it's 4,000. So
Hopefully it was insured.
no. And then they called the police department to like, hey, it's a stolen vehicle. You're not going to find that thing. It's gone. It's in good old Mexico by now.
Or Mississippi. It's a mobile
Yeah.
meth lab right now.
I've never been out that way. Is it nice?
Mississippi, no.
No? Is that why Mississippi burning for a reason? I thought about moving to Tennessee. I thought about moving to, I went to South Carolina, to the Carolinas, or North Carolina. I went to North Carolina. What was it, Myrtle Beach area?
Yep. Myrtle Beach is South Carolina, isn't it?
South Carolina? Yeah. So we went to the Carolinas. I was like, oh, this place is great. Like, we went to Wilmington, and I was like, oh, this is fantastic. This is like beautiful. And I was like looking at homes, and I'm like, everything's so new here. And they're like, and there was like a cab driver that we had. He's like, oh, sure. It's because of the floods. The hurricanes come in here. And then I was like, fuck. Are you serious? I was like, bro, when's the last one? And then he was like, oh, they rebuild fast. And I was like, fucking badass. I mean, like,
Myrtle
you gotta
Beach
give
is
it to,
disgusting. They call it dirty. What do they call it? Dirty Myrtle or something like that?
yeah. I don't think I could do hurricanes. What do you guys get out there? You guys get tornadoes?
Tornadoes.
Yeah, tornadoes every once in a while. There was a couple 3 years ago, they had those tornadoes on Christmas Day, actually.
Really? And no offense to anybody that's Indian. I get mistaken for Indian all the time, and I'm a minority, so I can do it, I think. I think if you're doing it in comedy, in a sense of like being a comedian, I think you can say whatever you want. So right now, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
just going to put it out there right now. So if you're offended, hit the like and subscribe. If you're not offended, hit the like and subscribe.
I'm offended. I'm going to have to unsubscribe.
No, we're going to be down to 52. We need you, and we appreciate those 50.
People get so offended so easily these days.
Isn't that funny, bro? Like, people...
You need to bring bullying back.
Oh man, you know, people were bullies to me. I think I'm still getting bullied all the time. I think you might bully me. I think you bullied me, but you know what? It made me stronger. I don't. What do you boys say? Like, I think it makes you a little resilient. You know, they used to make fun of me because I was like the darkest one in my family. Like, you can't tell right now because I have like the studio lights, you know. So I'm kind of putting on a little facade that I'm a lot lighter than I am, but I'm pretty dark. People would always call me, in Spanish, you know, negro, right? It means black. Like, even the color black is negro. Like, but like, start to translate that a little bit, you know, and it starts to say negro, you know, like if you start saying it with an English accent, and it starts kind of getting a little sketchy there. But my mom and my dad were calling me the N-word all my whole life. Until my brother put it into perspective. Until my brother put it into, and Hispanic families are like the worst when it comes to bullying. Like, if you don't have a bully at school, don't worry. Cousins are going to come around and they're just going to check that box for you, you know, like, and we have such big families that it was just a constant bullying. Like, oh, you're short. Oh, you're dark. And you're like, oh my God, you got some big eyes. I'm like, I can't control these things. Please stop. Like,
they're the milkmans.
Yeah. The milkman's kid, you know, like they used to say that my brother would get like tan in the summer, like, oh yeah, like my mom would, like, people would come up to my mom when we'd go to the secondhand store, like we'd always be at the thrift shops, and like just random people would come up and be like, oh my God, your son is so handsome, and they'd be talking about my brother, of course, and they're like, oh, that's your son too, and I'm like, yeah, and they're like, oh, you have your you have your burnt one and your charred one. And they would say it like that in Spanish. And, you know, tu quemadito and tu tostadito. And I was like, you just called me toasted, you sons of bitches.
That's
Like,
the
I would
only
get,
word that I understood that he said.
yeah,
Shit.
you know, like, and I'm just sitting here like, man, it comes out of everywhere. Like, you guys are just fucking mean. Like, my culture sucks. I grew up with I think I grew up with a lot of hazing, but I like it. You know, Ryan, I fucking like it. If I'm somewhere and no one's making fun of anybody, I got to get out of that room. I got to get out of that room because if they're not thinking it, I'm thinking it, and I don't have much of a filter, so I'm gonna put it out there as fast as I can.
If I'm not making fun of someone, I don't like them. It's just the way it is. Like if I have witty banter with somebody, it generally means that I like that person.
Yeah.
But if I just ignore you and just regular conversation, like chances are I do not like you.
Yeah, you got to be able to make fun of somebody. You got to be able to make fun of yourself, and I think you got to be able to make fun of people. I think it's just natural. I mean, we're already thinking it. You might as well just say it out loud. I don't know.
Yeah.
People get offended. People get offended way too easily these days. Everybody has an opinion. I mean, we all have opinions, right? But like now you're able to voice it, and you're like, oh crap. So I don't think I deserve a microphone, you know, out of work. But somehow
But here we are.
But here we are. Somehow you lured me into this trap, and I'm here now. But I dig it. It's therapy, fucking therapy, right?
Yes.
We get to sit here and like make fun of everybody. So what did I make fun of today already? I've made fun of Indians. I've made fun of special needs. And just stay tuned. I'll probably make fun of somebody else.
You made fun of yourself a little bit too.
I did, you know, and I'm special needs. And I will say that, like, I'm
I'm on the spectrum. I understand that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm like, can we even say the word anymore with the R word?
No, that word we can't say. We'll get canceled.
But you can't say that on YouTube?
That'll hurt some feelings. Yeah.
I'm not sure what you can and can't say on YouTube.
I'm definitely special fucking needs. Like, yeah, man.
There are a lot of things that we used to say growing up that we can't say anymore.
Isn't that funny?
I know.
I never liked the racial stuff. You know, I always kind of steered clear of that stuff. I thought it was cheap. I thought it was easy. You know, it didn't require much thinking, much thought. But, you know, I started like kind of Googling things. Google was fantastic, but what was it before? It was like Yahoo. Like, you start Yahooing shit, you know? You're like, oh man, like just off the wall insults. And that was the funniest thing. When the internet first came about, you were just going on like rotten.com and looking up dirty jokes. You guys remember that? How funny was that?
Remember Ask Jeeves?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think porn had even fucking come into it yet. It was still like, you still had to go to Blockbuster to the red section.
I remember that they had a back room. I forgot.
They had a back room. It was like the XXX. And you're like, is this alcohol? What is this back here? You're like, don't go in there. It's like, okay. And even the grocery store had like a little section where the laminates were a little darker, you know, but you could like,
you
put your eye
the
to
cover
it.
pages on like the Playboys.
If you put your eye to it, you're like, like,
you
whose
try
kids
to pull
are
it
these?
back a little bit so you can see in there.
You're like trying not to crinkle it because you didn't want your mom to have to buy it, but you're like, let me see. Xanadu. We have Bush. Yeah.
Oh man,
it was so funny growing up. You had to try to be like a bit of a. In Spanish, it's called a maníaco. You know, like you had to be like a little creep. You know, you had to really. Had to have a plan for it. It wasn't just so readily accessible, you know, like nowadays, like you just scroll and you're like, oh, tits. Now it's like breastfeeding. Now it's like, oh, I just saw a boob on Instagram and I'm like, there's I see nipple. And they're like, and it's a fake baby. And I'm like, I see what you did there, you know? And I'm like, I used to like, it was so
you
funny.
can get away with showing stuff like that on Instagram if you do it for a cause. Like I was scrolling through Instagram one time and I saw like there were like 14 women out there with no tops on, no bras. And you paint some letters on your chest and you do it for a cause and now it's socially okay.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
It's crazy.
Yeah. All my money that I invested in.
Do whatever you want, but like if we're gonna do that, let's just cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
And let everybody have their shit hanging out. Why are we?
Yeah, man. Have you ever like that's gonna lead to like public nudity, dude? I'm afraid of that. Like,
it's gonna be
ever gone
really, really, really fat, ugly people that are ass naked everywhere too. So it's not gonna be the really attractive people.
and I'm glad that you said that because I was gonna say it, but I don't want to sound like a little bit like a show, you know. But I didn't want to sound like weird, but like, like if you hear like nudist colonies, you're like, oh, there's a nudist colony up here. Like, and you're like, oh, there's like a nude beach over here, and you're like, the nude beach.
70-year-olds out on the beach.
And I remember the department I used to work for had within the city limits, they would have like, I won't say it where, but there's a certain like a resort that shuts everything down, and they have like a swingers convention out here. And I was like, what? And they're like,
Ripping
hang
and the
tight.
tearing.
Yeah. Rick from Arizona, the ripping and the tearing. Hedonism too. He's like, how many times have you been coming out? I've been coming out here for 25 years. I'm from Rick from Arizona. And he's like, what's
I wonder
kids
how many
coming back
views
here?
that video has.
I think that was the first meme, was the ripping and the tearing. But they had that here. They have that, and I was like, really? And they're like, don't get excited. Like, what you getting is not what you want, you know. And like, it's just, and they like drain the pool and they sanitize it for good reason, and like a whole like
I bet.
chemo team comes out and like. But yeah, like you look at the crowd that's coming out of like the resort, and you're like you guys are fucking weirdos. It's not. What is it? Is it the ones you want you're not getting, and the ones you're getting you don't want? I think that's
I don't think I could ever go into one of those places, man. Like,
I could see you doing it though, Ryan.
no,
I could see you with like a handle of a Yeti cup, maybe like a Stanley, and being like with your like American flag Speedo, and be like, the party is here, folks.
I mean, I would go into there to make content, but not that kind of content. I'd make a couple videos and roll out.
At some point, you gotta do it before you kick.
Yeah, it's a bucket list item, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
Not for me, but for Ryan.
Yeah, there's a few there's a few lists on like a few things on my bucket list that I need to do. I got a lot knocked out, but there's a few things on there, Ryan. We've discussed them off there. I'll get them. I'll get them one day. I'll get them. I'm sure I will.
You will. We need to plan a trip.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine though? I think we're either going to get pulled over and arrested for like possessing a stolen vehicle that we bought off of like the internet.
We've talked about like, and I think we need to do it come spring or summertime when it's warmer, so we don't have to pack so many clothes and travel. But I think we find like a $500 or like $1,000 vehicle that we just we find where it's at. We both fly there, right?
Yeah. We got to see it running first, everyone. So if you have it, let me know. But it has to run, and the tires have to be at minimum make a 2,700 mile trip.
Yeah. And then we're gonna make just a cross country trip on the damn thing and podcast the entire time. Create content and just take everybody on an adventure with us.
The cameras inside the vehicle will be more expensive than the vehicle itself, I believe.
You can weld up a like a roll bar, and then we can put these road boom mics.
I'll go to Harbor Freight, and I will invest in like a $400 welder and just fucking.
We'll spend more on tools outfitting this car.
But we have to donate it though. We have to donate it afterwards because I don't want that shit sitting in my fucking.
Yeah, at the end of the trip, we'll donate it to like Cars for Vets or something like that.
Yeah, they're gonna get mad at us. They're gonna be like, "We don't want this trash. What are we supposed to do with this, man? Give it to the homeless, man. Give it to somebody. They'll use it."
It's gonna have white monsters everywhere.
Yeah. We have to make a rule though. Like we have to throw all the trash on the floorboards, and like we cannot keep this thing clean at all.
We'll clean it up before we donate it. But for the purpose of the trip, there's just got to be shit everywhere.
What are those? What are those like?
No.
We have to do like catheters. Like what do they call those? Like those on the go buddies. Like it's like looks like a baseball cup. You just pee into it and you strap it on. Looks like an elephant trunk that's just hanging from you, and you just peeing while you go. Just hold the tube and just out the window. Just
we'll get one of those like toilet seat trailer hitches and stick on the back.
A bumper dumper. Yeah. I want one of those badly. I've been thinking about making one. Funny thing about people and using bumper dumpers. I think over COVID, I really got into the whole Jeeping thing, and not so much overlanding, but like I didn't get the tent on the top of my Gladiator or anything like that, but I just wanted a rock crawler, doomsday apocalyptic vehicle. And the first chance I got, I took it to Moab, Utah to test its might, you know, to see what it could do. And I got there, and it was just fat people taking shits in like these little porta johns, like these portable.
Sounds a lot like you. He hates fat people.
I have a lot of fat people in my family, and I've already made fun of you. It's okay. I love you guys. But it was just, you know what's funny? I thought for sure it was going to be fit and physically built people, like out there overlanding and rock crawling. I think of like, you know, the nutty buddies, you know, like rednecks that are out there just like fucking like a big old fucking lipper, and they're like, fuck yeah, we'll get this fucking thing up fucking unstuck right now. Just you wait. You know, and I'm like these fucking cornbread white boys, and I'm like, I get there and it's like fat Hispanics, and I'm like, why did you guys do this? Oh, it's like, oh, because you get to be lazy inside your vehicle and off road and get to these places. I see what you fucking did here. I didn't connect the dots, but the dots are connected now, so I get it. I should have just picked up rock climbing, and I think I would have been in my own, my own crowd, I guess. I don't know. But have you seen those rock climbers off
They're
topic?
really
Have you seen
skinny
them?
though. They're really,
Yeah,
really skinny.
man. And they got these
Not
weird
not
gecko
thin as
fingers.
me.
Like it's
Oh,
their fingertips are so
they're
strong
crazy.
now. Like, yeah, they look like gecko fingers. Like it gets chubby at the end, and it's not because they're yeah, like the muscles on the tip of their fingers are like, and like wedge it in there, and they're like, here, watch this. And then they're like, I'm holding for days here, like holding, and I would love to get into
Like
that,
Tom
but I
Cruise
just,
in Mission Impossible or something, just hanging out.
yeah, I would love to get into that, but I know I'll fall, and I'll be like
Yeah.
this.
I'm not a big fan of heights, dude. I'm just not.
Yeah. Do you guys ever get vertigo? Or what is it? Intrusive thoughts? Like when you get to this like edge of a cliff and you're like, oh, I could just jump right now. I could just jump.
No, I
Yes.
don't. I like if I get to the edge of the cliff, I'm like, I need a back.
Oh
Right
my
now.
God. I went to the Grand Canyon, speaking of the edge of the cliff. So I'm at the Grand Canyon. I took a trip out there with my pit bull and my girl at the time. And there are these fucking weird ass fucking European people. And they're like hanging off the fucking cliff. And they're like taking pictures and they're like taking glam shots. And the girls are like, is it Grand Canyon? Yeah. And I'm like, you
I
fucking
don't even
dumbass.
like to hold
you
my
gotta
phone over the edge. I'm like, no.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is limestone. It's gonna break. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there like, this is how fucking people die. And I don't want to be, like, for the gram, anybody will do it.
that's all that
And
matters.
I'm like, no,
But
man,
I
I
call
don't
it
have enough.
natural selection if that happens. Yeah.
I don't have enough followers to put myself out there. What is it, 50 people? We could just talk about it, guys. Like I got close, but no, I'll swing my, I'll let my feet hang over the ledge a little bit, maybe like the tip of my foot, and it'll just kind of like get out there. Like,
So with heights and airplanes, dude, like it's weird. Like even if I see something on TV that is like super high and
Mhm.
it's like a movie scene or something, like my feet start sweating.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, oh man, like no,
Isn't that
thank you.
fucking- Yeah, I sweat
And
when
I
I go to
didn't used to be that way, but I just like even when I fly, like takeoffs, like I try to go to sleep. As soon as I get on the plane, I'm like, let me find my seat. I'm gonna try to just make myself fall asleep to where I just can completely ignore the takeoff. And then once we hit cruising altitude, I can chill.
Yeah.
And then like once we start that descent. I'm like, all right, I'm cool now.
Yeah, I get a little bit of that in my life. Fine. I mean, certain places make me sweat, like churches. Get in there, is just like I start.
Me too.
I'm like, is it hot? I'm hot. They're like, what do you mean I can't take my shirt off? I'm hot. Yeah, I don't know if jokes aside, I don't really think I don't have people don't have a fear of heights. People have a fear of dying, and I think that's what they've.
I don't have a fear of dying though. Like,
I
ride motorcycles in
recklessly.
Clarksville.
I think people have a fear of dying recklessly, right? Like this isn't worth it, I don't know.
I feel like that would be a good way to go though.
Yeah.
To get the whole view.
Off a cliff?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Off a cliff.
I hope it lasts forever though. I hope the fall lasts forever. Like you just
only one way to find out.
Like a montage, it's like, and you're just like, fuck, this is it.
So like on that last Road Warrior trip that I was on, like skydiving was supposed to be part of the agenda. No. Like I remember the day we were supposed to go skydiving, like day 2, we were riding out there and it was supposed to be nice all week. Somehow these clouds start rolling in and I'm like, oh God, please let it rain, please. Because I was going to do it. Like I wasn't going to bitch out. Like, so if we were going to get up in the planes and I was like, I'm not going to be the one not to do it. My kids have been skydiving and, but as we get out there, we get suited up, we sign the waivers, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, some clouds are rolling in. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Oh,
and finally, like an hour into it, they're like, well, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to go.
They're all sorry, guys. So as you guys already know, the nudist beach has been canceled as well as the skydiving. You're like, fuck. Am I happy or am I sad?
Because the plan was to skydive into the nudist beach.
Exactly. Free balls.
And for some reason, like having a guy strapped to my back with his like, man, that's
with
not
his dong out. Hey, get a hold of that thing. Slapping me.
Because you ever see the movie Point Break with Keanu Reeves?
Oh yeah.
Like when they're skydiving and stuff, like I don't know what they use to accentuate their packages, right? But the one guy who's like floating with his arms behind him and stuff like this. I'm like, good God, I could have not imagined that he would be the one strapped to my back.
The first one I ever did, there was this little short dude. Well, I'm not tall anyway, but this little short dude, he was probably 130 pounds. And we got to the edge of the plane, stuck the legs out, and his legs were like dangling off to the side of me. And I saw the
Little
video.
nubbies.
It
Now
was
we've made
fucking
fun of
awesome.
short people.
He looked like a backpack
Perfect.
on mine. Just like, it was pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
We didn't die.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you didn't die.
Well, he was probably he was more secure than you were. Cause I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
if someone's going to fall, I mean, if someone's going to land first, it's going to be you. He's got a fighting chance.
I'll break the fall.
Well, so right
God.
before we went on this road warrior trip, there was it was in, I want to say Nashville or south of Nashville. There was a skydiving incident where the instructor died. Like I don't remember what exactly happened, but the student survived, and they had to like call the fire department out and like pull him out of a tree. But
If this video has offended anyone, we regret to inform you that we
don't care.
don't care.
It's fun. I'm so tired of people getting offended. But
I'm sorry, but if you die, Ryan, while skydiving, hey, buddy, you shouldn't have been doing it. And I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go bid you farewell, of course. But when people are like, "Oh, he's gone," yeah, he's gone soon. Yeah. But that was my buddy's decision to do this. I can't be too upset because he went doing something he wanted to do. So like, what am I gonna do?
I mean, at this point, I'm 46. Like, if I died now, anytime beyond now, like I had a good life. It was fine.
I think that, yeah. Where, Ryan? When do you think that you topped out? No. I'm like, you're in your prime. Don't get me wrong. You haven't peaked yet. But I'm just saying, like, what age do you think you topped out? Where you were like, ain't nothing gonna top this, And you can't use your kids.
I've gotten to that point.
You can't use your children. You can't say like the day of my children. Like no, that's.
No, but I think at the point that my kids became fully functioning members of society, and not no longer I have to like care for them. I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. I can just do me.
Well, generally speaking, it was the time of my children's birth. You see, I cherish the moments that I shared with them, and anything after that is just all downhill. Back to you. Man, I think it was when I went to war.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, you dance with the devil in the pale moonlight. And I was like, I don't care what anyone does to me after this. Like, you can pee on me and I will be like, that ain't bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a funk on me so bad, Ryan, that I stunk so bad. I had to burn my uniform. You know what I mean? When I got back.
I remember showering with water bottles. That's all you had. Like bar soap and bottle of water. That was your shower.
I lived off of Cliff Bars and Ribbits
I miss Ribbits. Ribbits were good.
You can still get them at the Dollar General, the General Dollar. You can go down.
But
to
I remember back
Dollar,
when they had Rip Fuel. Remember when Rip Fuel had ephedrine in it? Yeah.
Shit.
Like you could take a couple Rip Fuel, pound it with a Rip It, go take a PT test, and run like a 7-minute mile.
What did you tell me, Sal? You never did methamphetamines. There was no definitive test. No, you didn't, because you never took a presumptive test for that chemical inside the Jack 3D. And I was like, oh, you're right. I never did test it. No. How do I know? I came to Ryan. I'm an overthinker. And I was like, Ryan, I got to take a polygraph. And then Jack 3D, apparently it has meth in it. And he's like, bro, did you test? Did you send that to the lab? And I was like, no. And he's like, there you have it. And I was like, I love your train of thought. I like your thinking.
I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah, right. Yeah. In that instance, I was so proud of you and I was so thankful for you. But yeah, got me out of a lot of sticky situations, and I know how to get. I live well with that now, so I'm good with it. Yeah, I lived on Rippets, man. There's not a lot that can come my way without. I think the day my dog dies, Ryan. I think the day Frank dies, because they're so innocent, man.
Yeah,
they got nothing but love for you, Like, oh my God, okay. So I can talk about this story now that I'm no longer employed by that agency. But I remember this one time, this lady comes out, and this lady calls me out, and she's like, hey, there's a dog in the roadway, and it was like, it might be a coyote, and I was like, oh my God, and like that department would make us go pick up the coyotes on the side of the road, and like stray dogs. We didn't have a roads department that was just
street department for.
Yeah, we didn't have a roads department after hours, so it was us, So like sometimes you'd have to go out there and like bag a coyote or like a mountain lion or something, whatever got hit, Like if it was mountain lion, then you'd have to get like what is it? Parks, not parks, wildland, like wildlife or like refuge, or I don't know. Anyways, so it was me. And I was like, okay. So I'm out there and she's like, yeah, there's a dog over there and someone needs to pick it up. And I was like, yeah, I got it. I got it. I got it. I saw you waving. I got it. And
Thanks,
like,
Gary.
I'm out. Yeah. And I'm out there like, and I have gloves on and I'm putting this dog. And mind you, she has her dogs running around at the time, you know? And like, I'm out there with my like red and blues and like, I'm putting this dog in there and all of a sudden you hear like, I'm making up a name, but she's like, Fluffy, no. And just another dog got hit while I'm picking it. And she's like, and I was like, my
Should have
God.
had your dogs in a road.
I said, you created this whole thing. If I wouldn't have been out here, you wouldn't have been out here. If you wouldn't have called me out to this being Karen, your dog would still be alive. I held on to that for a little bit, Ryan, and I felt bad for years because I was like, oh, that lady. And I was just like, you know what? You had your dog in the road, man. Like, come on, you got to be more careful than that. Like, it was an act of God. And I was so sad. But you know what? Life goes on, and I just remember thinking about that. And I didn't care so much then, but now I care about it a lot more because I have like a dog that I truly, duly care. Like I care about Ace. Don't get me wrong. Like he's back there right now. If you guys can see him. But like I care for him a lot, and it's growing every day. But like the care that I have for like the love that I have for Frank.
I heard you.
It's like, would you talk about me? Did you talk about me? But the one that I have for my dog Frank, that's gonna be a devastating day for me. I'm gonna have to take bereavement leave from work. Isn't that crazy? And you started to see what you fucking started, Ryan. Dog. Yes, buddy.
Oh,
Everybody
I'm
loves you.
kind of glad you brought up like going to war was the big thing. Like read today actually
Go.
that military strategists estimate between the next 2 to 7 years that we're going to be in direct conflict with China.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I live under a rock, so this.
Yeah.
Please tell me
So-
more.
So I took some notes here, right? So
Did you
direct
really?
conflict.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
I did.
Look
I
at
did.
you.
I kind of prepared some topics because I knew we were just winging this episode. So
I can wing it every day.
the next 2 to 7 years. So people better get ready and stop worrying about their fucking feelings and their pronouns, right? And I wrote, if you aren't training or developing some type of useful skill, you ain't gonna make it. So Sal, all the fat people you dislike, they ain't gonna make it, buddy. So
That's okay.
What did it say?
That's
I
okay.
just have to run faster than the one behind me.
So in this report that I read, this is China develops outdevelops the U.S. naval vessels by production by over 250%. Say that because now most of what China produces is commercial vessels like cargo ships and so on and so forth.
Freighters.
But one thing China does that the U.S. doesn't is every single thing that they manufacture is dual purpose. So let's say that they create a ferry, right, for transporting cars across waterways. They invest the capital and the money into it to make it to where if they got to seize it back and take it, they can transport tanks, equipment, so on and so forth. And they do that with every cargo ship, every naval vessel that they produce, whether it be commercial or military. They make it dual purpose. There was a photograph just released not too long ago. One of their commercial cargo vessels that they manufactured had 60 missile tubes in it, right?
No.
For long range missiles. It had radar on top, so on and so forth. Now, if you imagine, let's say China produced, say, 10 of those, right? And then decided to just strategically get them out into the shipping lanes, right? Because how much stuff do we import from China? Like just about everything you order on Amazon is made in China.
Yeah, I think these microphones
all
are made in China.
All of it is coming to the United States. So let's say they strategically get those into the shipping lanes on either coastline, right? Like they could launch one hell of an attack. Like 60 missile tubes is more than most destroyers.
That's crazy, dude. 6 or 7 years.
All the shit going on in Venezuela right now has almost nothing to do with Venezuela. Has everything to do with China.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. People need to start training. They need to start taking their lives seriously. If they're not learning some type of useful skill, then I worry about what the next 10 years looks like.
Well, what is it? There's going to be a, I don't think they could take over. I don't think they could take over the country, Ryan. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like if America doesn't start coming together as one and unifying and start kind of like getting away from the left and the right wing and all this and my feelings are hurt. If you guys don't start coming together and just loving one another, then divide and conquer is going to overcome us. And that's the way they're going to do it. Because I tell you what, behind every blade of grass is going to be a gun pointing in that direction, like just me alone. I have enough. I don't have enough, but I myself would have enough.
Nice save. Nice save, man.
To arm a small platoon, strategically. I would if I could. But yeah. And I'm not even like the biggest gun toter, like I'm not believe in having the necessities for something to happen. I got you long range, I got you mid range, I got you up close. I figured out how to turn my sprinkler system into a device to release napalm if need be. No, just kidding. Have you seen those Matthew McConaughey videos where it's like when they what is it when the ATF come by and you put your sprinklers to and he's just smoking the cigarettes like fuck. I'm not the biggest gun toter, but like there is a lot of America that is like that, and they would have that would unify us, I think, honestly. And I hate to fucking say that because people want there's some people are naive, Ryan, and I think they don't understand what war is, and it's fucking nasty. And if a civil war, it's even more gross. Like it's not
Mhm.
fucking good. And I think some people that wish for it, like I don't wish for a revolution, I just wish people get their head out of their asses and start coming together. I wish they
I
could see
don't
the
wish
bigger
for war
picture.
or anything like that, but I do wish for another unifying event. You know what I mean? I think we need that as a country because
Yeah.
we're not going to do it ourselves. Like we're like, if you look at, I hate talking politics, but this whole two-party system has failed us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you have to restructure everything.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
go away from that, it's going to have to be something it's going to have to be something catastrophic for that to change.
Mhm.
Third parties try to build themselves up and inject themselves into politics, and that's always failed because you got Democrats and Republicans. That's where all the
Mhm.
money is. And so, in order for us to get to that point, there's going to have to be something really, really big.
Yeah.
And that's going to tear down a lot of what we know for potentially
Well,
something better. But
like just like the military, Ryan. Like, what did we do when we were not at war? Like, what did the military do when they were not at war? What did they focus on?
We just trained.
Like DNC,
Was
though,
all.
right?
Yeah. Peacetime
DNC, like
stuff. Yeah.
peacetime shit, right? Like drill and ceremony.
Staggered
Were those?
bodies.
That's when they really started focusing on, hey, your boots are not bloused right. Like, but what did they do at a time of war? They're like, fuck it, beards, tattoos, like do whatever you want, just get to the fight. And I think I hate to say it, and I don't advocate for war, but if war did hit, I think here's what I would say. Here's what I would say. I think the United States would turn to their veterans. I think they would turn to their current military and law enforcement. And I think they would be like, hey, everyone help. Give me the microphone. And I would say, all right, everybody raise your hand. Okay, everyone's hand, raise your hand, raise your hand. All right, everyone that has their hands raised, shut the fuck up from now on. And just shut the fuck up and watch us work. And we better not hear no bullshit later, like, because we're gonna handle this shit. Like
Yeah.
like our forefathers did, But I would say, like, yeah, I'll go, but you better shut the fuck up afterwards. I know that's just me. That's just it.
Like, hands down, I think we have one of the best militaries worldwide, but
Mhm.
I say that like, again, like our military compared to our population, what is that, like 1%, 2%? Like, so, but that being said, if you look at our society, like look at the people of China, you know what I mean? And I mean, they came up under a communist regime, right? But
Mhm.
if you look at them and how they act and how they compared to how our society acts. One of the other things that was kind of interesting um, that I read was only 25% of Americans have passports. So that means that the other 75% that wander into a voting booth every year and complain about the United States and our politics, and they say that the United States
Never
is the
seen.
worst place area. They vote with their feelings. They have never seen another country. So
Yeah.
I like comparing the two. Like that, I think we have a very strong military. I don't worry about that. But let's say that we play the long game here and we continue to let algorithms and the internet raise children instead of present fathers, so on and so forth,
Mhm.
teaching them anything. Then I don't know what it looks like 10, 15 years down the road. I don't know how strong we are compared. Like, I don't worry about Russia. Russia's a joke, but China's a superpower.
Hold on, I'm doing the Sean Ryan. Yeah,
Interesting.
man. Interesting. I love that guy, by the way. He's like, yeah, man. Wow.
Like, I remember even when I was down in Central America for, that year that I was down there, it amazed me, like, I met with some guys in the State Department, and I was down in Tegucigalpa at this little hotel, and,
The what now?
Tegucigalpa, it's the capital city of Honduras, and so
Just clarifying, Ryan, because that sounded like a good time.
I mean, it generally was a good time. While I was down there, I was like, "Man, there's a lot of Asian people down here." And, it was
Mm,
just I was, like, fascinated. I was like, "Why are there so many Asian people here in Central America?" And, so they actually drove me out. There was, like, compounds of them that they would and they're all over Central American countries, South American countries. Like, the Chinese are very smart at where they position their people,
mhm.
and they do it strategically.
Yeah, like,
They do it
they're
to
buying.
get into infrastructure and
Well,
technology.
I know OIS, like, they investigate foreigners coming over, and they investigate, like, who's building, because like, Air Force, right? Like, Air Force bases. Oh, I know OIS, like, investigates any kind of foreigner that's coming out for, like, a tour or something like that, or coming to that area, or, like, basically whoever comes through the, customs, they end up getting kinda, like, flagged, and then, like, kind of on a bit of a watch list, I know. But China's buying a bunch of land like, around Air Force bases, like, throughout the
Hmm.
country,
Well,
and
China's been buying, like, leased, or they've been leasing, what's the word? Like, food plots and, like, farms.
agriculture.
Yeah, agriculture, for decades now. I think finally
Yeah.
they passed some legislation that in some states, it don't allow you, unless you're an American to purchase land or to lease, you know
Did
what I
they
mean?
actually pass that or
I don't know. There was talks about it. I don't know. I'm sure somebody will in the comment section will correct us if we're wrong, but it's fine.
But comment, because we
Like and
do like to
subscribe.
hear. Like and subscribe. Hit the link below and, help us grow, so please. Yeah. It's a scary thought for sure. I don't I don't dive, like I said, we always talked about not talking about politics, but I don't even think I don't think that's politics, and in the normal way of talking about politics. I think it's a serious problem for us as Americans. Period. I think people need to wake up to that. But it's like watching who you let into your life. Like, it's strategic. They're doing
Yeah,
it
I think we just
on a
need to
mess.
find the important events and stand on them. Like everything else, who gives a shit?
Yeah, everyone needs to just come together. Look, if I made it through a family of like 15 uncles and aunts and all their offspring, and like 8 uncles and aunts on my mom's side and all their offspring, and like I got bullied, and I still love all of them. Like, if I got through it, guys, we can get through this. Everybody just needs to come together. Isn't it crazy though how you can get people, like, let's say, like, just stick people together from all creeds of life, like white, black, Asian, Hispanic, like, you name it. Just put them together in one melting pot, and don't even put the purpose as to why they're there. Just random reason, and say, hey, you guys are going to do this. Like, if you didn't know, but you can't say anything about where you're from or what you do or whatever, but like this is just the task that everybody has to do. And everyone's going to hate the task together. And before you know it, people are going to start fucking jiving together and
You
heckling
bond
and
over that, yeah.
and bonding. Isn't that fucking crazy though? Like, I found that out by being around the criminal element, like sitting there with, like, people that I arrest over the course of, like, whatever. Like, I'm sitting there, and like this guy's in the hospital bed, and like we had a fight with the guy, so he ended up going to the hospital bed, like hospital, to get cleared for incarceration. And I'm sitting there, and he's like, "Hey, deputy," and I said it in Spanish because he was only speaking in Spanish, and he was like, "Hey, deputy," and I said, "Yes, my love," and I said it in Spanish, and I said, "Yes, my king," like, in Spanish is like, "Que mi rey," like, what, my love, like, what, my king, like, tell me, like that. That's something that you would only get from, like, your mother, if you'd be like, "Mom," and she'd be like, "Que mi rey," like, "What is it, my king?"
Yeehaw!
Yeah, and so I remember my buddy who was my partner. He was there, standing there, kind of like, whatever. Maybe he was on his phone, like, we are just waiting for the checkout. And I said that, and the guy instantly starts laughing, and he's like, "Come on, man! Like, you ain't got to do me like that, And I was like, "It's okay, my love. It's okay, like, it's gonna be fine, And like, I found that comedy bonded us in that fucking moment. Like, he was no longer a criminal, and I wasn't authority. We were just human beings in a fucked up situation, whether he was on this side and I was on this side. It didn't matter. Like, it was just comedy, and charisma just heals. It heals so much, and you could just laughter, like, if you get into these rooms with these people that you think you hate, you're going to be surprised, because people are good. People are funny. And you could see that with, like, Instagram. Like, how many people in this world are funny, that are just on social media, like that? They're not comedians. They're just random people that have a platform now. And you're like, oh my God, this guy needs to be a comedian, because his stuff is, like, super funny, and he's just being himself. And people are just amazing themselves. Everyone, if you would just put your differences aside and just talk, and just, yeah, I hate to sound all like Mo, and like, but Yeah, man, people just need to stop fucking worrying about the little shit and just kind of understand that we're all human and we're all in this thing called life together and we're all struggling at the same time. And it's okay. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be hurt and sad or whatever. But like, we're all the same. We're all made up of the same stuff. No one person is better than the other. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, maybe I run faster, or maybe I'm skinnier, or maybe you're stronger, maybe you're beefcake like you know, like
He's a beefcake.
beefcake.
Now we've gotten into code 4 confessions.
I don't know. I'm off my rant. That's just yeah.
I feel like
Mr.
some of
Rogers.
that
I think Mr. Rogers had it right. You know,
some
he's
of
like,
that
"Well,
is what they're trying to curb too by everything that you see that's going on. They're trying to shut down discussion and keep it as polarized as possible.
Yeah.
And when you start shutting that down and people don't have any kind of conversation, even if it's a little bit of a heated conversation and you don't agree, if you're willing to listen to other people and at least open up that space, then at the end of it, you can either agree to disagree or come up with some kind of solution. But I feel like there's so much polarization going on, even through social media, everything. Like you look at the algorithms and all that, you plug into one little thing. That's some of why I got rid of most of my social media, because you're swiping, you like one video, it hits this topic, and that's all you get. You don't get both
algorithm."
sides, and it's affecting everybody because they think their side's right,
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. You gotta look at both sides a little
Mhm.
bit, and it's not even just both sides. There's so many topics that can fit into one thing, and if you're closing yourself off to it, then you're gonna end up being bitter and angry at everybody and everything.
Like, I have family that, they'll try to have political discussions, and for the most of the time, I don't even entertain it. A couple times I've dabbled in there, but I realize too that they're coming from a perspective. I know what's feeding their information. And that's the thing. If you don't have, and that's the thing, we can't rely on the Department of Education anymore to
No.
to teach our kids. Like, kids are better being homeschooled these days. You get a
Mhm.
better education, I think, than anything Department of Education has to offer. But that being said, I know that like since 2007 was the inception of the iPhone, right? So since that time period, we have smartphones, we have internet, now we have TikToks, we have Instagram, we have all these things, and it's all algorithm driven. Whatever they like and dislike, that algorithm is feeding them information that fits them. They don't care about the discussion. You can try and have a discussion with them. They don't care to hear your side. They don't care to hear what you have to say, and they're not going to entertain us.
It's best to
It's
just not talk to them if you can avoid it, but
Mhm.
sometimes they push it.
yeah. I don't know, man. I just stick yourself in a room. Like, remember that movie Daylight with
With Sylvester Stallone?
yeah. He's like, look, you're gonna get out of here, and
That's
he's
the one
like,
with the tunnel in, like, New York that
yeah,
collapses or whatever, yeah.
yeah. They're like, I got a guy in there. Yeah, that guy. But I mean, like, put yourself in a situation like that and you'll find love. Like, put yourself, like, at first, you're going to butt heads, you know, and like in a tragic situation, like some kind of tragedy. And like, after a while, like, yeah, you're going to, like, those are going to fall away. Like, those layers are going to fall back. And, you know, you might be upset or whatever. And before you know it, like, the convicts are caring for the cop and the cop's caring for the convict. And like,
Yeah,
people are
okay.
just being
I didn't know where
people.
you were going with that at first,
Come
so
on,
yeah.
Ryan.
I was like, "What?"
Pick up.
Like, is he talking about the chick in the movie? She wasn't even cute, bro.
She doesn't have to be cute. It helps
Yes.
for sales.
I beg to
No, man,
differ.
but that's you know, what happened in World War II, dude? You know, like the whole fucking country came together,
Mhm.
you know? And like I wasn't there, you know, but like from everything I see, you know, like entire nation banded together and they were like, "Hey, bonds save a soldier's life or whatever, you know, put bullets in the hands, you know, put bullets in your soldier's hands or whatever." I don't know. And they're like, "Say scrap this and scrap metal and give and do all the things." And you know, yeah, we were going through like um not a recession, but like the depression and stuff, obviously, like that kind of hit pretty hard. But like a generation banded together and a whole nation was, I don't think anyone cared about race at the time. I don't think anybody
Yeah.
cared about anything else other than like, hey, we need to fight this guy on this other side, you know? And I hate that it takes something like that. I hate that it takes a 9/11 for the entire fucking country to come together. I wish, honestly, I wish Jesus would just come down and people would be like, hey, you know, let's all come together for it, you know? Just some positive thing to bring us together. I don't want a negative thing to bring us together, but more often than not, it's always the negative shit that brings us together, you know?
Unfortunately, it's the way it works.
It's kind of the
Yeah.
way humans are, though,
Yeah.
unfortunately. It's like, it's your, and I've noticed it in myself too, where I'm not happy unless I'm a little bit miserable and there's some kind of either a challenge or something that makes me stressed out or depressed or whatever.
Mm.
And I feel like that's a little bit of society wide. Like you see all the spikes and, oh, this is the newest thing. This is going to stress me out. I'm going to get panicked about what's going to happen with the government. Are we going to go to war? Are we? And they're constantly spiking that, and people get used to that and they
Yeah.
want it. And I know I want it in my own life. I want to be stressed. I want to be a little bit pissed off, and I could see it. But I feel like they're kind of playing off that a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it gets people to do what they want to do and think a certain way.
But you use that to motivate yourself,
Right.
because
Channels.
like you were big into training and fitness and take care
Right.
of yourself, and so I think I could see how you would use that as a motivating factor. Like I'm not going to be a bitch today. I'm going to go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I used to watch your TikToks and you made me feel like a bitch, and I'm like, son of a.
Yeah. What was it? JFK? He had that whole like have our students fit for the fight, you know, or something like that. I forgot what it was. But like he had a full blown like PT test like in school. Like you had
Uh-huh.
that was just enough to get you into the ranks of like preparing you for going into the Army or the Marines or Navy or whatever, or Air Force. I think it was the Air Corps at the time.
Yeah. Air
Maybe
Force
not.
came around 48 is when they were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Air Force, yeah. But yeah, but even like back then, like I think they were like, "Hey, we need to do this, prepare for war," and then people were a lot fitter back then. I think people just
You
need
got
to
to remember during the
understand.
time period of JFK, that was one of the last. Like, remember his quote, like, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but
Yeah.
what can you do for your country." That was the last time we saw that level of president. You know what I mean?
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, and then like, no, I don't agree. I'm not going to get into politics, but
Yeah. Like, we'll get canceled quick.
let me say, y'all got canceled before you started. Hey, go.
But I go
I know
back
you
to
want.
your so you get rid of all social media, right? Like I don't watch the news and stuff anymore either. A lot of what I looked up today, I'm just kind of prompted from some of the YouTube channels and stuff that I follow. But like I don't watch the news and shit anymore either. Like sometimes Courtney, she'll be like, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, no, then I have to go look it up,
Yeah.
and which that's fine. But like you did personal training for a long period of time, and so I watched your videos, and every time I'm like, man, I would even see this guy in the gym. And I was be the only time I'd run into him for like months.
Yeah.
And then I'd see him, and he'd be like, "What are you working today?" I'm like, "Nothing that you're working, bro." Like, no.
Not on your level.
But how much does fitness play into your life?
Probably too much. For the longest time, everything was structured around that when I was competing. Everything was structured around that. Everything had to be, if I couldn't get the right amount of sleep, if I had to worry about not being able to get food or not being able to train at the right time of the day where I felt I had the best energy, then it was kind of a no-go. Everything else took a second or a backseat to that. It has changed in the last couple years, and honestly, I feel like a bitch because it's going from being hyper focused on that, and I still train hard,
Yeah.
you know, but to that level where it's like you're puking, you're passing out on machines and shit like that. Like that's an extra level, and it's hard to get out of that mindset and shift to being somewhat normal. So
What
it's a
do you
little bit
consider somewhat normal?
well, I mean, I mean, I train really hard now, but it's normal to me is like fucking myself up to the point where my nervous system is jacked up, but I didn't puke, I didn't pass out, you know, none of that shit. So
Yeah.
it's messing me up, but not to the extent that it used to mess me up.
So you fatigued your central nervous system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess, more normal.
Okay.
Damn, I feel like a bitch right now.
Me too, every fucking
So,
day.
like when I first met Seth, I was like, man, he's just a bodybuilder. It wasn't until we had some running events, and I'm like, damn it, he can run too, like, and not like jog. He's full out sprint the entire time.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of
That's-
that's just coming from a little bit of hatred. And you get into it, and it's like, this doesn't suck enough. Let's do a little bit.
It's addicting being that way because I'm on the opposite spectrum of bodybuilding. So like you would probably be classic or even
Right.
like, you know, like you'd be, you know, bodybuilding like, there's so many fucking categories now. It's not funny,
They
but I'm
keep
more
adding
like,
on to them.
yeah, I'm more physique, natural
Mhm.
physique. Yeah, you dumbass, you hit yourself. But whereas like I cared more about like staying sharp and like
Right.
more my focus was like, yeah, hitting the gym, making sure my pumps were great. And like, but a lot of it was having to do with food. Like for
Right.
me, like it was just all food. Like if I didn't eat the right stuff before I hit the gym, I was not going to get a proper pump. And if I didn't get a proper pump, like, and I would lift medium scale weight. So
Mhm.
maybe my 70%. And
Yeah.
I would hardly ever go to like 90% because like being so lightweight, you're just opening yourself for like injury being that lean.
Right.
So like I was having to balance like being lean and not as strong and then trying to chase that pump. But my
Yeah.
main focus was diet was like, okay, if I eat this bagel right before the gym and I got to time it 30 minutes right before and then a teaspoon of honey and
Mhm.
then I got to get legs in right now, like right as soon as I get there,
That
and then
seems like
like
work to me. Like
it
I'm
was,
all
it
for
was,
going to the gym and choosing suffering in your life. You know what I mean? To accomplish a goal or to maintain fitness.
and dude, it was so fucking crazy, Ryan, because like when I first stepped on stage for my first show, I did natural bodybuilding through INBA, and I did at my age range. I think at the time I was like 35, 36, and so I was in my own category like for that class. So like the first time on stage, I won. It was just it was a give me because I was the only one in there,
Yeah.
at that open, and it was a pro am. So I did go. I started off as an amateur. No, that's my fucking cord. Go. And so I got on stage. So I looked okay, right? And I was like, my coach was like, don't pump up too much. Like you're gonna win. Like just chill, save your pump. And I was like, okay. And so it was like, I didn't deblouse until the very end, and then I took off my robe, and I was like, and everyone was like, oh shit, he brought the fucking goods. And I was like, that's right, bitches. I'm here to fucking win. And there was this black guy, and like he looked like the term, like, no, what was it? The guy that played the Predator, the original
Oh, yeah,
actor.
yeah.
The guy was just jacked and his muscles, like his muscle bellies were pumped good, like better than mine. But I came in shredded. And then he kind of looked at me like, I still got you, I still got the mass. And I was like, wait for the honey. And like after I got off stage and they're like, all right, now it's the open. So now I'm going to compete against all physique and any range, like age range. And it didn't matter. So I was me up against everybody. And then I went backstage and I fucking doused honey and I ate a little bit of pink salt. And then all of a sudden and I just started fucking just pumping up, just doing push-ups. And I came up and they're like, Sal, you're on stage. Like, you're coming up. And I was like, and I did like 75, 80 push-ups straight. And I got up and I was like, and like I went out there and I just hit my poses and I just looked thick. Like just now thick and shredded. And I was like, oh, it's not going to last. It's not going to last. But like, and I got my pro card that day. And I remember such a fantastic feeling, but the level that I had to be at.
So do you have
on
to
a
win to
daily-
get a pro card?
Yeah. You have to win your amateur. You have to win an overall. And I won the overall.
Okay.
And in some leagues are different. Like some you have to win at a qualifier, and then now you're qualified to go to a pro am, and then you have to win an overall. And there's a stipulation. It's the same in that league. And the stipulation was you can get your pro card by getting qualified. So you can get your pro qualifier, and then after that, then you have to win an open. But the other stipulation is if the league manager is present and decides that you're going to get a pro card, you're going to get a fucking pro card. And the league manager was there, had come in and he's like, get that fucking man his pro card. And like, I stood up and I started crying on stage. I was like, I was not expecting a pro card. And I just thought I was just going to get the overall. And that would have been fucking great too. It was just being up there. It was fantastic. And then afterwards, I had to go actually step on stage. So you're not pro until you step on stage as a pro. And then I got my ass kicked. Like, I went up against, I went to Natural Olympia and like, then there was like, I don't know how many countries, there was like 50 other countries that they just showed up and just like, and I was like, you guys are juicing, huh? Fuck you, like cheaters, but yeah.
Now
I was
you've
like,
competed before, right?
I did 6 shows in the NPC.
Wow, yeah.
Is this all those different leagues?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, different leagues, NPC. But you know what really pissed me off is like they'll say like, hey, there's $500 kicker for drug testing, and you're like, okay, cool. Like we're all gonna get drugs before we step on stage. No, only if you win and only if they decide to test you. And I was like, you motherfucker, test that man, test him.
I knew a
And
guy
they,
back in Arizona because I was out in Arizona for a while when I was training, and there's a guy who won I can't remember what it was classic or whatever. I don't remember what, but for the Natural Olympia,
Go.
he won, and he was by no means natural. There was nothing natural. We trained at the same gym too for a little while, and he was not natural at all. He was significantly stronger than me. And at the time, I was taking gear at the time, and I'm like, there's no way and that was 15 years of training
Yeah.
naturally before I took anything. And then when I took stuff, I got really, really fucking strong. And this guy was stronger than me. And it's like, there's no way, man. Because I remember what it was like being natural and competing. There's no way in a prep you can be strong.
Oh.
And like when you're natural, especially when you're on stuff, sure, whatever. But when you're natural, you're not going to get strong. You're not going to hold on to a lot of muscle. You're going to get lean. But so the natural shows are
So
usually
people
natural.
like Chris Bumstead, is he natural or is he juicing?
The kitchen sink.
Yeah. And that's the craziest thing is here. Let me share my screen real fast. Allow. Let me see if it'll pull up. No. Can you guys see anything or no?
No, it's just you.
So I don't know
There
if
we
you guys.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So like that was after my pump, and that's half the pump already coming down.
Yeah.
And it was so satisfying that day. Let's see that. Well, my trophy's not back there, but that little card right there by my foot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my card. That's my card.
Nice.
So
let me ask you a question. What's the point in the spray tans?
The light will wash you out. Like the stage lights will wash everything out. So like I have
does
a
it
picture.
show like muscle tone or something better?
Yeah, like absolutely.
But you're brown already. Do you get to pick your tone?
So
you're like, hey, could you go a little lighter on me?
Here's another one, Ryan, that I'll share right now. And this was when the lighting didn't hit me right. And you'll see how much darker.
Good God.
Yeah. So like I went in bad. Yeah. And that was like I'm telling you, like when I showed up, people were kind of looking at me like I was Ethiopian, like this skinny kid in like this big robe, you know, and like, but whenever I did present, like it was nasty. Like, and then quickly thereafter, I ended up coming down. Like, isn't it funny though? Like whenever you're at home, you look the best. Like not like pre-show,
the day after,
and you're like, yo, man, like carb load or something like that, and then all of a sudden you're like, wife, look, give me a stage right now, please. But no,
I like that in the mornings when I get up. Yes, give me a stage.
Somebody get this man a stage. But like I wiped the floor with those people, and like I felt so good. And it was like the first time in my life that like I had ever taken anything from anybody else just by doing solely my hard work, you know, like it was all or nothing out there. It's like, you can't fake the funk on this, like what this guy put in. And even if you are juicing, Ryan, it's still the hardest thing in the world.
So how do you develop a training plan? Like how long does it take to train for something like that? Like, is that something you got to invest a good year into before the show, or depending on your physique or your current status?
Just like you had said before, you're like, hey, I've been training up for 15 years before you even did that.
Yeah.
Like I guarantee you, when you stepped on stage, you had matured muscle bellies that were just phenomenal. Let's say a 20-year-old that jumped on the juice for like 3 years was trying to catch up to what he was already at. It was dormant, just chilling there for years and just maturing. And he's going to have a better outcome. Technically, he trained for 15 years to get on that stage. And like, same thing with me. When I stepped on that stage, I had been training. There you go, right there. I had been training since I was like 18, 19, but it was just all fucking under a layer of fat. And then when I shredded out, my coach was like, hey dude, like you don't even want to step on stage, but like you're ready. Like just do this. And I was just like, I can't compete. And he's like,
what would make that picture so much better? Ranger panties.
Dude,
I'm just saying. There should be a whole Ranger panties division.
Don't say it. Somebody's going to come out with it, man.
Dude, I wish, but no. Like, there should be a Ranger panty division. I think I would definitely do it.
Yeah.
But like before my
you guys
off
tell
season,
us in the comments below if we started a Ranger panty division, would you follow it?
My before though was like crazy. You would have just been like, here's a little fat body, and I was in no better shape strength wise than I was in that. Like all I did was just shred it. I just took the fat out of it, if that makes sense.
So is there a balance between cardio and like the weightlifting for you guys
Yes.
for these types of competitions?
Yeah.
Or is it you just stick to like total weightlifting?
I
Yeah.
always had to do sit there and
Damn.
damn. All right, there we go. A little side boob.
You got them
So-
under boobs, bro.
Yeah. So see, like like my arm size didn't change, right?
Yeah.
But everything else just went away. And like, look at that tub. He's like, and that was like a candid photo that somebody had taken of me. And I was like, oh no. That was the when I saw that picture, Ryan, that's the moment I decided that I was like, okay, I need help and I need professional help because I thought running was it, you know? I thought running was going to be it. Like I thought I could run away the calories and run away from my poor diet. And I didn't know how to eat right until I got my nutritionist, and then he showed me like what was capable. And I just did it just to feel better about myself. I didn't do it for anything else. But cardio
So
has
I've gotten the most fit and cut in my life by not doing cardio, just by doing weightlifting. But
Yeah.
I don't like not having a cardio aspect to a training regimen. You know what I mean? Because then I go start working out or I'll do something high intensity and I get fucking winded and then I
Yeah.
get mad. You know what I mean?
so
well,
like
if
there
you
has
do, go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, I think you're on it too.
If you, there's a lot of people that will do really sustained cardio for a long period of time at a low intensity. And
Exactly.
what that tends to do is it'll drop your testosterone for one. So if you're not taking anything, it'll mess you up. You're going to lose a lot of muscle tissue and strength. So if you're doing cardio to lose body fat, it should be, I've done a bunch of different ways, but the best way to lose body fat and maintain muscle is maybe 20, 30 at max 45 minutes of very, very intense cardio.
Like sprints,
Not sprints, because that's a different type
just
of cardio.
faster pace.
Yep, something to where you're heaving for, I forget the zone. What would that be? Maybe zone 2 or zone 3 or whatever.
Zone 3.
A higher zone of cardio.
Yeah.
And that's going to
No.
get your body the same as lifting. It's going to get your body to adapt, and your body's going to have to change. If
Okay.
you're consistently doing the same level of intensity and your body knows what to expect, then you're going to lose muscle tissue and you're going to most likely hang on to body fat. I mean,
Because
Yeah.
it's like fuel stores, right?
Yeah.
At that point.
and if your lifting is heavy, lifting's a little bit different beast, but in my opinion, what's worked for me has been relatively heavy, very intense to failure or within 1 rep of failure sets where it's a little bit lower volume. And especially when you're dieting down, that helps you to hang on to muscle tissue. It keeps your nervous system engaged, and it helps you to hold on to what you've got when you're starting to drop the calories and
Yeah.
increase the cardio a little bit. So
Okay.
it's a whole thing.
So let's say I was gonna like start training for another marathon, right, and do some long distance stuff. So like you said, you lose testosterone. So should I be taking a testosterone booster?
Yeah.
You could.
Well, it's good. It's good just to do it anyways. So like you could be taking, what is it, Tribulus, or you could be
Yeah.
taking like
Because I've taken test boost before. I've taken Tribulus, but I have to cycle those things. You know what I mean? That's not something I could.
Well, those are natural.
Those
you
are
can
natural
take those
boosters.
year round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you'll piss out what you don't use.
Because I always
Yeah.
heard that like continuous use of like the test boosters or something like that, it was just gonna cut down on the amount of
No.
natural testosterone that your body
No,
makes.
you can take like Yohimbe extract,
I'm about to order
You-
some Tribulus.
Tribulus, Yohimbe. The other thing too is omega fatty acids are like really important. Obviously, a multivitamin, things like that.
I take
you're
my
keeping-
multivitamins in the form of Flintstone.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I got them downstairs.
Hell yeah.
I love that chalky taste of those ones.
Ace, you're fucking destroying my fucking studio. This is my dojo.
Fear does not exist in this dojo. Does it?
Out of here, sensei. Go. No, for me, Ryan, it was how do I keep the maximum amount of muscle and to lose the body fat? And I went above and beyond my coach's recommendation. And I think this was one of the key to my successes. And everybody's body is going to be different in the way it reacts.
Yeah.
So without trial and error and stop, Ace, please, God bless you. Without being on a regimen so that you can look at it as like if you look at it like a science experiment, right? So you have a hypothesis, and then you have a controlled study, and then you run this. You run your you run your test that week and you're like, okay, I'm going to keep everything exactly the same weights. I'm measuring everything. And then at the end of your week, you look at it and say, okay, what have I changed? Have I gone up in muscle? Have I lost fat? Have I lost weight? And what kind of weight did I lose? And then you're like, okay, so I lost muscle tissue. I did lose weight, but I lost muscle tissue. It's like, okay, so increase your protein, like increase it by, half an ounce of meat. And then you do that like controlled study once again. And then you'll see sometimes it's like, oh shit, we sustained our muscle, so this helped, and you didn't change anything else. And then you're like, okay, so let's just keep that and let's up it just a little bit more. Now we're gonna go 3/4 of an ounce, and then you're like, fuck it, let's just go 1 ounce. And the next week, so like, it took me 16 weeks to figure out what my body wanted to sustain muscle growth at a slow rate, because muscle does not come on fast. Like, I'm sorry, like unless you're fucking like juicing hard, like dense, and then you have muscle maturity there after that. Like, so you're gonna look big, but you might not look good. You're gonna look premature almost. Like it's weird. But if it's much, hey, he's got a fuck. Plots.
He's like, Dad, come on.
Pay attention.
I know. So yeah, that's the way I did it, Ryan, was like, it was just trial and error, but like really not getting ahead of myself. I got a fucking dog hair in my mouth. It was not getting ahead of myself and growing weary instantly, because there's a lot of people that'll do that. They'll be like, hey, I got to try this. And then this doesn't work. And then they're like, oh, let me change that. And they've just changed 5 variables. And maybe it would have been one of those variables that would have changed you, but now you've added 5 and you've just upset your entire study. So now you're fucked. And for me, it was high intense cardio for 30 minutes. And then it was slow steady rate cardio for 35 minutes. And like that dropped me. But then
What is that, walking?
you're right. What's that?
So what is that, walking?
So walking uphill on the treadmill, and don't hold the bar, everyone. If you hold the bar, you're negating the entire thing. Stop, stupid.
I actually did that
Fucking
today, and I felt like a bitch though. So I was at the gym and I did my workout, and I was like, oh, I want to do some cardio, but I was actually watching a podcast. I was watching Cam Haines and Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
It was actually a really good podcast, and I started off running, and I was like, man, I can't really concentrate on it. So I took it down to a walk, and I took it up. Like, I just raised the elevation up, and I ended up finishing the podcast doing that. But I'm looking around, and I'm like, man, I feel like a bitch right now just walking on the treadmill.
No, because if you hit that level of sustained cardio below, and everyone's different based on their age, that threshold of that cardio, or there's like a cardio level and then there's like a fat burning zone. Like, once you figure out your fat burning zone, don't go over it, stay within that parameter, and then sustain for a longer period of time. So like, people are like, well, I can only, without holding onto the handles, I can only put it up to a 3.5. Well, then leave it at a 3.5 and just fucking do that for 35, 40 minutes and you're going to be fine. But I think what also helped me was that I was running, so I didn't lose any muscle. But like he said though, like after each run, I was vomiting, I was pushing myself to. So I could have gotten to some weird rhythm of maintaining muscle because I was doing extra cardio at that level, burning extra fat, not losing muscle mass. And then I was also doing the slow, steady cardio where I was just burning body fat. But like, my style was so different because I came in depleted all the time. Like, I was weak until I would be weak until I would put in the fuel that I needed for that day, if that makes sense. So like, I was running on empty all the time. Like the bare minimum, I think I probably would have been like maybe a pound. No, I would be at like 8 ounces, maybe 8 ounces a day of meat, and where some guys are eating 8 ounces 6 times a day, of a lean ground beef. But I was at that fucking point where it was like, this is sustainment. This is, homeostasis for me at this level. And if I want a juicy fucking pump, then I need to insert those quick carbs that are going to absorb fast and leave fast. So then I started looking at things like a racetrack. Like, are you going to fill up your entire fuel tank to go down a 1/4 mile? Like, no, you don't need that much fucking fuel in there. You're just adding more weight. It's going to be counterintuitive. So what's the necessity that I'm going to need here for a 2-hour workout? I'm going to need, a cup of Greek yogurt, and I'm going to need this bagel and maybe a teaspoon of honey or whatever. And like, I just had it all set out.
Didn't you tell me one time to eat like 2 bananas before I went and worked out? I'd take a shit.
2 bananas before you work out, a scoop of protein. Oh my God, you're going to have the best fucking pump of your life. And it's like, your body will get used to it fast. So don't constantly do it. But like, that is the nicest pump I've ever had in my whole life. Like, I love those.
That's what she said.
I know. And I eat them like I shouldn't. I'm like this.
You got to break them off, man.
No, man. I eat them like I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Anything worth doing is worth doing right.
He's all dirty, staring in the corner of the gym. So
Yeah,
speaking of the
but
gym, like he and I both go to his gym, and like I'm not gonna put the name of the gym out, but it's one of those influencer gyms, right?
yeah,
And
nice.
like
EOS Fitness.
I'm all for like
Yeah.
people going in there and working out, but I hate to see people come in with cameras and they set up cameras and they pose all the entire time, and there'll be dudes in there taking their shirts off that don't need to take their shirts off.
Oh, it's the younger generation. It's the younger generation.
And
Like
it just
Crocs.
it irritates me. Yeah, they'll be in there with like sweatpants and Crocs on.
Crocs. And then they're doing this in the mirror and they're like, and I'm like, hey,
Some of the
you're,
people
you're
like
not,
they'll be strong, they'll have a strong upper, but then they're fat. And I'm like, bro, like
I'm like,
stop.
you're not there yet. You're not there yet. I'm like, and God bless their hearts, Ryan. God bless their hearts because they're out there trying. But it's just know your audience, know your crowd. No,
Like I try to
go
go at odd times just so I don't have to deal. I'm not a people person in the gym. Like I want to go in, work out, get my workout done, and I don't want to wait for people to fucking move their cameras.
Yeah. Some gyms, some really cool like influencer gyms that I've been to. Like my buddy owns one in Fontana, California, and it's a no nonsense gym. Like anything you can think of, if you need that piece of equipment, it's there. If they don't got it, you don't want it. Come on in, you know. But they have their special room just for posing, and I dig that because it gets all those weirdos. Just go over there. Like just
Well,
go.
that's what we've got there too. We have a gym or a room upstairs,
Mm.
but the issue is that these people want to get there. They want to feel good about getting butt ass naked almost in front of everybody because it makes them feel like, oh, people are looking at me because of my
Yeah.
physique.
Mhm.
And it's just like, no, there's a room for that. Please go up there, and it's better lighting up there too.
Yeah.
So just, but
Yeah. I think that needs to be addressed by the management. So if you're listening,
they're probably not going to do shit about
No,
it.
yeah. I mean, that's what that gym actually caters to. I mean,
Yeah.
so they want people in there, and they want people posting and tagging the gym and so on and so forth. And
yeah.
I get it from a business standpoint, but especially they absolutely adore the half naked women that come in there
Of course.
and that are wearing almost nothing, and they'll take videos and tag themselves and tag the gym and like I think the gym even has a photographer. They'll come around and take pictures and they'll post it on their websites and
What?
on their Instagram. Yeah,
I
I've
do
seen you in there.
Yes.
appreciate
You weren't half naked, but
I should have been.
I do appreciate the female counterparts that are out there. But I mean, like, hey, if you're in a tank top and you look great, fucking rock it, whatever.
yeah.
Every now and again, if I'm like shredded, I'll like look around and like nobody's looking, and I'll just like, dang, I'm good. You know? But I'm not full blown being like in front of everyone, just hitting abs for no like everybody. Like you can see your shoulders through the tank top, buddy. I'm sure the rest looks appropriate as well. Like just chill the fuck out. But like the women for sure. And I hate the older generation in there, man. They're like, bro, it's like you belong at a fucking sneakers. You know, what do they call that? Sneakers?
Silver sneakers.
Silver sneakers, you know, like
Is that a gym? I thought it was just like a shoe place.
It's a thing for elderly people. When my first job at the gym.
yeah, it's like
back in
AARP or something like that.
Yeah, and I'd have to set up these little dumbbells that were like 2.5 pounds, and it was a whole fucking thing.
And like God bless the elderly that want to get in there and actually get a workout, but then half the time they're like,
Why
staring
is
at
it when you go
staring at
into like let's say old people are at a gym, they have total disregard for any social like you go into a men's
the nudes,
restroom and they just
nudes,
they'll
full
be like
frontal.
no towel on, they'll come straight out of the shower, the sauna, just
And they're
butt ass
like-
naked. Like
They're just showing their meat, and I'm
they
like,
have
What little is left.
I'm like,
testicles hitting their knees.
buddy, you peeing on your stomach, bud? Like, is that what I have to look forward to? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, and they don't, at a certain age, they don't give a fuck, Ryan. And I think
No.
some of them kind of get off on that. That's a weird thing that you brought us
Like,
to right now, Ryan.
I don't know
It's
what age
weird.
that comes, but I don't want to reach it. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, even my girlfriend, when she comes and stays over, like, I don't like getting ready in front of anybody. Like, when I get out of the shower and I go get dressed, I'm like, why don't you go downstairs? I don't need help.
You're all, Eve gave Adam the apple, motherfucker. I feel uncomfortable right now.
And chances are it's just because I'm going to change shirts like 5 times and I don't need the.
Ryan, don't ever keep your shirt on if your bottoms are off, bro. That's a fucking cardinal sin. Don't. Even like when I drop trout to take a shit, and if I like it's this hot and I start like taking off my pants and like taking off like my shoes and stuff, the shirt comes off before the fucking pants come off. I have to. You don't know, because dude, if you take a nasty shit and you fucking die because you're on the crapper, you know, like you just push too hard or something like that, and they come and find your body and you're just top and no bottoms, you know, fuck. That is
It's
so.
not really going to matter to you at that point.
No, but it's going to matter to the EMT.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, it might. It might. Yeah.
It's going to matter to the EMT and the coroner, because they don't blouse you. Like, they don't like, oh, this is inappropriate. Like, let's cut off his shirt. Like, let's set him right, you know? Or like,
We're like, oh, little fella.
if I have to run out of the house, I'm coming out full. Like, if I'm partially nude, I'm coming out. Like, if the bottoms are off, the top's off, because I'm not running out into the street if like a house is on fire and I only have top on and no bottoms, you know? Like running out with a toddler.
So that's the reason why I sleep in Ranger panties. I can't sleep nude. I know some people that do. Yeah, you might. I don't know. That's just not my forte. I'm not a fan of just sleeping in the nude. I always sleep in Ranger panties because if somebody breaks into my house, I'll chase a dude out in Ranger panties.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the dude running down the street with a Glock and just.
Yeah.
Except it's little guys. People be more like,
it's all wee, Ryan, we're out.
wee woo. Wee.
Tell you what, the first time I ever donned on a pair of Ranger panties, I felt like a slut. I felt so slutty. I was like, satin is nice.
Especially when it's cold.
Oh, man, it was fantastic. If you can just make they do make a satin underwear. But like, I don't know how good it breathes, but I'm just saying, like, silks, man, changed my life forever. I remember
Ranger panties at 5 a.m. when I was on base. It was fucking awesome because it was cold, really fucking cold, and I don't think anybody else enjoyed it, but I fucking.
So I can't run in pants of any sort. Like if I'm doing a cardio, even when I go to the gym, I don't wear pants at all. It's just shorts and a hoodie typically. Like I can wear a short sleeve shirt and be fine. I can run in a hoodie and be fine, but I can't have my legs wrapped. It's just like, it's just weird for me.
I'd like to Ranger panty. I mean, if you're endowed, cool, man, rock it. You know, if you're not, I get it. Like, you know, when you put on something like that, and if you're not showing through, I don't know what to tell you about it. It's just that it's not for you. But if you have the goods and it shows a little silhouette, if you will, you know, I've had nothing but good things happen. You know, people like almost crash in front of me. The people honk their horns, give me a wave.
You know, silkies are see-through, right?
Nah, I keep the inner liner. I keep the liner.
No, keep the inner liner, but go with the right lighting. They are completely transparent, especially the green ones. Like, because I had quite a few pair of the OD greens. They are transparent, bro.
The original Sophie greens, they were a little thicker. Like there were some that were just nice.
Yeah, they had like cotton liners in them too. Yeah, but those were hot. Like I sweated them.
They stopped making them so grand after a while, and they started just making them like this shit silk. And they're not. They show more now. I'll tell you that. But I love the versatility of it because, like, if you needed to, like, you could just put on your pants right over them, and it's just underwear. And then, like, if you were gonna go for, dude, if you were brave and you go for a swim in silks, coming out.
We were at the academy, like we had to have all gray shorts for the academy, and like I ordered gray Ranger panties. That's what I took to the academy.
Yeah, man.
I think you had some too.
Well, they fit like Ranger panties, but they weren't Ranger. My ass was too big for them.
So like I have a river that goes right next to my entire town where I live in Arizona, and so I used to run from the gym down to the boardwalk, and then I'd borrow my buddy's paddle boards because he had a paddleboard stand to like a rental place, and then I would paddleboard a mile, and then I'd get off the paddleboard, and then I would swim across the channel, which you're not supposed to, but it was like there's nobody out there. And I would do a couple of laps, and I'd get out, and then I'd run all the way back. And like, who's gonna steal shoes? No one's gonna steal your shoes. Like, you know, if somebody
will steal anything,
you know. But so I would drop my shoes off and my socks and whatever, and then I'd go for something, and then I'd come out, and then I'd run all the way back. So I'd run like another 2.5, 3 miles all the way back up to the gym. And you know, it was so versatile, and I love them to death. And the man who invented the silks, I appreciate you. You have a soft place in my heart forever and ever. Amen.
There should be no shorts manufactured beyond 5 inches long.
I don't know. There's got to be some people that need to
Okay, yeah, all right, I got
because
it.
it's
Yeah.
always going to be the people, not always, but it's going to be the people that really shouldn't be that are wearing them,
Yeah.
and that's all that they're going to have in their wardrobe.
I miss jean shorts being short. Man, that was the
Go to
jorts.
Born Primitive. So
The
Born
j-
Primitive makes jorts.
man,
I have two
if
pair.
you had some like there are some guys out there that could rock a jort, you know, and like they got some hammies on there, and I'm like, I'm not gay, man, but your legs look good. Like you need to put on some construction boots, man, and just get out there, man, and start hammering shit, you know, like
I did a whole CrossFit competition in a pair of jorts.
sweaty mess, dude. But if you're gonna rock jorts, they have to be the light colored wash.
They were. Yeah.
A must have. Like if you're in dark denim jorts, buddy, I think you're batting for the other team, and I think we need to have a conversation. Yeah. Oh, my sister. Speaking of jorts, my sister just bought me a pair of Nike Air Maxes. Is that they're called? But they're all white and with white laces and stuff. And like I put them on, and I'm like, I need a Corvette and a pair of jean shorts now,
And some crew socks.
and a Callaway hat. You know. And give me a beach chair so I can just go sit in the parking lot now.
One of those folding chairs with like that nylon straps on it that's like will poke you the whole time.
Yeah, don't touch my car. Get away from it. Don't touch it, asshole. Don't even look at it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that this year. Thanks, Veronica. I love my shoes. They fit perfect, by the way. And I'm gonna rock those things hard in the Hellcat. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Off my tangent.
I was waiting for something else to come in. I was like,
that was a nice little moment. See that? We're getting good. We're getting good.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't know any of those buttons worked till today. So,
Really?
yeah.
You're gonna have to program. What is it? This one that doesn't work up here or something like?
Well, some of these.
Yeah,
doesn't
some of those don't even work.
Neither does that one.
Man. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are officially at our 2-hour mark for the episode. We can go ahead and close this out. We'll do our pre-production episode after this. So, thank you, Seth, for being here. I know that you had some reservations about coming at first. You're like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. But it's fun. We consider this therapy. We enjoy just having discussions and talking. Sometimes we'll have guests on here. We'll have like planned agenda. I actually tried to look you up on LinkedIn to kind of get more information on you.
Not on there.
Jesus, Ryan.
Like
LinkedIn. I'm gonna
there's a lot of people out there that actually have a lot of have a lot of stuff on LinkedIn that you can find out. But like I have a LinkedIn account that I created when I retired.
It's usually like college professors and like high ranking educators and stuff.
Business professionals.
Look at my LinkedIn. I'm like, I really won't.
But I appreciate you being here today on the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We had a good time.
Yeah. Seth, it was a pleasure meeting you, man, and thank you for coming on board and chewing up some airtime with us.
So we will close out episode 12. This is episode 12 for all of our subscribers out there. I think we're closing in on 60 now. We're getting there. Yeah,
I've been paying kids to go on there and like and subscribe. So
I'm gonna start doing that. We need to get stickers manufactured so we can just hand them out and be like, hey, if you like and subscribe, I'll give you $5.
That's it.
But thanks for everybody for tuning in. So we appreciate you and we love you, fam.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays.